Hey everyone, quick video to show you basically how to navigate pageFly page editor once you're actually in the app. The previous video we had shown you how to install the app and start a blank page. So that's exactly the page that we find ourselves on right now. So I'll just kind of go across the top here and explain everything. So here, this is where we actually title our page. The final name of the page is what will show up here on the tab when we preview the live page. The page settings, visible means that you can see it. Obviously, if you've saved and published it and you don't want it to be accessible, you can hide it. Editor layout, you can hide the header and footer in the layout or in the editor here. So as you're editing, you won't see that header and footer at the bottom. They can kind of get in the way. And then you have the same option to hide it on the live page. Okay. So if you're building like a landing page or something like that, oftentimes you want it to kind of distinguish itself. It doesn't want to have the same header and footer as the rest of the page. So that's when you would use that option. Okay. For the SEO, you're basically going to name the page again, and that's what's going to show up in the URL. So if you have a specific promotion or something going on, you'll want to name the page after that for what people are going to search to find the promotion. Meta description is basically just giving the gist on what's on the page. Also good for SEO. Make sure you use your keywords there. And this is also another way to adjust the okay, my mistake. The SEO title is what would show up in a search engine. So if I searched pageFly, the first result would be the pageFly website, and the title would be that. The URL handle, sorry, I'd mistaken the SEO title for that, is what's going to follow the end of your URL here. Also good for SEO. Okay. Here you can pick a template. Remember in the previous video, we just chose to go blank, but you can sort through all those here and here. Okay, this is where you change what view you're on. If I go to mobile, I can see what my page is going to look like on a cell phone. I can go to tablet, a little bit wider, laptop, and all is basically desktop. Laptop and desktop are generally very similar. Okay, import and export. This is if you have other pages you've completed. You can import them, or you can export the page you create here, and you can actually use it elsewhere. Okay. View, here's where we preview. The preview isn't always exactly what the final product is going to look like, the final page. So once you save and publish, this live page option will become available, and you'll actually get to see what the site looks like, exactly how any visitor that saw it online when it's live would see it. Okay. Close is obvious. Just close the app. Discard, that means if you're just working on something, just kind of messing around, and you just want to get rid of it and start fresh, you just discard everything. Save, so this won't publish it, but it will save, so you won't lose your progress and you're still able to preview. Save and publish will actually make the page live. Okay, that's the only difference between these. If you're still working on it, but you don't want to lose your progress, you want to come back to it later, you want to save it. If it's complete, you hit save and publish. Okay. Now over on the left here is where we add elements to the page. Okay. So you can add elements. In most of the videos, you'll see us adding layout elements, such as a section, columns, images. Okay. I'm just going to insert some of these so you can have a look at what it looks like to adjust them. So I'm just selecting the type of element I want and dragging it into the layout element. So I dragged an image into this column, a heading, and a paragraph into the right column. Okay. There's also a search function. Some of the more advanced elements like the accordion, you would just search for that and you can access it right away. Okay. These elements are broken into sections. We're going to explore most of these throughout the tutorials. So no reason to go through them all right now. It'll take time to get used to them regardless. Okay. There are Shopify elements. So these actually correspond with what you've put into the back end of your Shopify store. So for example, product list, featured product, and add to cart. If I had featured products, I would actually have to have products saved into the back end of my Shopify admin. And then once I put in this element, I'll just show you. Okay, I would select the product from here. Okay, I've added a couple products here. I could select that and then add it. Okay, so those are only Shopify elements. They basically rely on you having done the back-end work from your Shopify admin. Okay, we'll explain that because we do use a featured product list in one of our videos. Okay, third-party elements would be something that's developed by someone else. Okay, we won't be using those in this tutorial. And finally, this is your library. You can actually save sections. So if I select this, and I go to, let me see. Oh, maybe I can't save that. Copy style. Okay, hang on a second. Image with text overlay. Saved sections. So I think maybe I need to put in some content here. Let me just try doing that. Let's see what we've got. Let's put this photo in. No, I still can't save this. Maybe it's only sections. Yes, it is. Okay, so sorry about that. As you can see, we can save entire sections. So we can't save only columns, only rows, anything like only images. Select the entire section. You'll see it right here. Save section to library. And you could name that demo. Okay. There we go. We got the success notification up here. Then when I go here and I went to save sections, I would see that section in here. Okay. Okay, now let's move over to the right. Oh, I should just tell you, if you hear me refer to the element toolbar in articles or in the videos, this is what I'm referring to. You can do all kinds of things with this quickly. So duplicate is a feature we're going to use a lot. Delete. We're not going to use lock too much, but if you want to lock something on the page, just so you don't accidentally move it around, that's a feature to use. Copy, paste, obviously can select anything, copy it, and I could select another column and paste it. Okay. If I select any text, for example, if I only wanted to select a little bit of this, you see I get more options there. Okay. If I highlight, I get color, background color, superscript, subscript, bold, italic, underline, link, remove link, and clear formatting. Okay. That's if I highlight text. So this element toolbar will change depending on what kind of element you're inspecting, but we'll get plenty of practice with that throughout the tutorial. Now here is the most important part, arguably. Okay, this we call the element inspector on the right. Okay, we have 3 tabs: general, styling, and advanced. We're going to be using these extensively, but I just want to let you know how to navigate through them. Okay, so whenever you select an element, you'll have whatever options are available in general. Styling options we're going to use a ton of, especially when it comes to text elements, text, background, box style, border, display. Okay. And then advanced. We won't use advanced too much except on mobile, but that's going to be in the tutorial videos, so we won't get too deep into that. So just remember, element inspector on the right, every element has general, styling, and advanced functionality. Okay. The final thing I want to show you is right here along the bottom. Sometimes it can be tricky. If, say, I want to select this row, if I hadn't clicked that perfectly, sometimes, oh, why am I selecting columns, right? If I select this, I can actually just come down here. That'll give me the whole row. If I want the whole section, here, and so on and so forth. Okay? You'll see whatever element you have selected, then the one immediately containing it, the one containing that, and all the way to the final section. Okay, so now that you're used to the layout, we should get started on the first tutorial video. So enjoy, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.